is going on, Village? It is Baba Kintu back with another episode of Breakfast with Baba on Jedi Learning. So, what you got? I got some apple chips. This morning, we already handled that breakfast. We had a nice cheese toast stack, as a matter of fact. We had some turkey bacon, a little eggs, a little cheese, avocado, sliced tomatoes. Bomb. Absolutely great. So, right now we're just following it up with a snack. Because as you can see, it's 11:54. It ain't lunchtime yet, so it's still Breakfast with Baba. So go ahead. Let us know in the comments section whether you're watching live or whether you're watching this after. What you eating on, what you nourishing with your mind, your spirit, your body. Apple chips. I used to love these when I was younger. Although this ain't the same style. These are just dehydrated. Tastes more like. Still good. I ain't mad at them. Hey, what y'all know about this one? Oh. Now, we have a very important topic to discuss today, which was brought to me by a couple of events that happened this week. Number one, let me just give you the topic. And it's really a question. What are your children watching? What are they watching? So when you put them in front of the tube, in front of their device, their pad, your phone, the screen, what are they intaking? What values are they absorbing? What are they doing with those? And then what can you do about it if you do or if you don't agree with it? So I saw an article today that talked about the ways that screen time may not be as bad as you think for children. So it was talking about information regarding how there was no hardcore information to show that screen time directly correlates with damage to children because there's no way to measure it. And to that I would say I agree. There's no way you can track somebody from this age right now, let's say they're 5 years old, record their behavior, and then pinpoint to an exact moment and say, 5 years earlier when you watched this particular cartoon, that's why you did this. That is hard to say. But what you can say is the more that somebody watches something during specific times in the day, especially during eating or in the morning when the brain is absorbing everything that it can, and right before the bed when the brain is absorbing everything that it can. What programs are you and your children intaking? What shows are you watching? And what values do they push? So, if you have something that's pushing a certain image over and over and over again, just like MK Ultra, it is not far-fetched to say that a time or two in your life, you will imitate or you will display whatever it is that you've been absorbing through that type of media. This is especially true with children whose brains are literally like sponges. So, I came across one of my son's books, and it's a show that he actually watches regularly. It's called Bluey. Now, this whole time, and let me describe who Bluey is. It's a dog. It's a blue dog, and it goes around with his friends and family doing random stuff. Okay, pretty typical. So I sit there and watch it, and I'm like, something that's kind of interesting here. I'm not sure if I can put my finger on it, but it seems like this is not really aimed at children. This is a lot of adult topics, and that's pretty much most cartoons, but this one seemed at a much more higher level. So I did a little more research into it. And what I found was that Bluey is not, like I suspected, it was a boy dog. His dad, or the dad of Bluey, is blue. The sister of Bluey is brown. And the mama of Bluey is brown. So you would think that if Bluey is blue, he would probably be the same thing as dad, but it's not the case. Bluey is a female. Okay, and you do not ever directly get told this. You kind of have to just figure it out through language. If you don't have language, you have no idea that Bluey is this androgynous character. So when I do a little bit more research into it, I say, well, you know what? I'm not comfortable with the confusion that might arise from the automatic images that you get when you think about this character and what they're really attempting to portray, or what they say they attempted to portray. So then I did a little more research, and I found that Bluey is supposedly a direct spinoff from Peppa Pig. Now, if you know about Peppa Pig, it is a United Kingdom British cartoon where it's a pig that goes around doing the same things with his family, with his friends, doing random shenanigans. But China has banned Peppa Pig. So you might be saying, well, why did China ban Peppa Pig? And then Bluey being connected to Peppa Pig, even though Bluey is coming through Australia. To me, Australia and the UK is really not that much difference. How is this all connected? And what does this all mean? Well, on one end, you have Bluey, who is this androgynous character, being aimed at preschool age children, very impressionable. Then you have Peppa Pig, who is also considered an androgynous character and has also been championed by the LGBT community as an icon, okay, because of some music that has been presented by Peppa Pig, and also that the fact that she's androgynous. Apparently she bashes men too. I don't know this to be a fact. I don't watch Peppa Pig, but from what I've been reading and gathering, this is the case. And this is exactly why it's banned in China. China felt like it was programming its children in a way that it was not comfortable with, teaching them to be subversive, teaching them values that they did not agree with, and they said, get that up out of here. So there are a few people in China who actually use Peppa Pig's symbol as a sign of, a stance against the government. Let's put that. It's a symbol against the government, because they're saying, I do what I want to do. You don't tell me I can't have a Peppa Pig emoji up here. So obviously they're probably being taken and put into concentration camps or re-education camps. But, this is the deal. So the same thing is going over here with this Bluey character. And I feel like the same thing that's going on with Peppa Pig to China is the same thing that's going on with Bluey to the States. So if you don't want your child involved in all of this, what are some other things, other alternatives you can go to? Well, one thing I always do, and a lot of people do not agree with this because of the bashing that he has took, is I always just go to YouTube and put in Little Bill for my kids, for my children. Let them watch that. That's probably one of the only shows you can get where you see positive images of black people doing regular stuff on a day-to-day basis. It's understandable who everybody is, what they doing, what their purpose is, and the message is clear. And it hits home a lot of times. So whether you agree or not about the story, who the story is based on, okay, the images that it portrays, the values that it pushes, is much better than, in my opinion, Peppa Pig or Bluey for our community, for our village. Also, another thing you can do, Black Sands Entertainment. They have some tremendous stuff out where they're very, very knowledgeable about your ancient wisdom, culture, spiritual systems, and motifs. And they put that in a nice digestible form for children as well. So it's cartoons, but they use our ancient names, ancient stories, even recent past, across the diaspora. It's not even just one particular diaspora. So Black Sands Entertainment, you got to go check that out. Another one that I really, really like and enjoy is Afro Man and the Protectors of the Book of Knowledge. Now, they don't make any new episodes, or I haven't heard of any new stuff coming out from them. But to a child who's just coming up, that's perfect. It has all the ancient symbols. It has a lot of history, symbology. As you can see in the name, it's called the Protectors of the Book of Knowledge. So some great messages in there. And like I said, it's easily digestible for the children. Real simple animation, real simple storyline, easy to get and pick up and move with. So, I bring this up because there's always things happening, especially in children's animation. We know that Disney has a long history of putting subliminal messages in their videos and movies. Maya the Bee, the couple of episodes of that just got pulled off of Netflix for having penises drawn into the trees in the background on a few episodes. Parents called in and complained, got that episode pulled. And this happens over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, a couple of episodes of SpongeBob just got pulled because he was apparently stealing women's underwear with his homeboy from one of their other friends' house. So stole his friend's mama's drawers. So it's just all kind of crazy stuff that you really have to watch. The best thing to do is watch it with your children. Actually, the best thing to do is watch it before they get to watch it. If you can't do that, watch it with them. If you can't do that, then they're not watching it at all. It's as simple as that. But if you need some options, you need somewhere else to go outside of the shenanigans that's being pushed, we gave you 3 big ones. Black Sands Entertainment, definitely putting out some good information and good high quality entertainment, quality for children, products for children. Also, you got Afro Man and the Protectors, a book of knowledge that's always putting out some good stuff. I don't know if they're still putting out new stuff, but hey, if you start supporting it, put money to it, I'm sure there will be another market for it. And then Little Bill. This is probably the closest to people's everyday life that you're going to get, whether or not you agree with, like I said, who established this particular cartoon. It's really, really close to everyday life, where Afro Man and Protectors, a book of knowledge, and the Black Sands Entertainment, it's more like fantasy. It's more almost like anime-ish, more fantastical characters. Little Bill is about Little Bill. It's just about a little boy walking into this room right now and doing what a normal child would do. So, some good options for you. Keep your eyes on the prize. I just wanted to give the village out there some options of things that children can watch when you want them just to sit still for a minute. You washing dishes, or you trying to clean up, or you're trying to get some work done, you're trying to buy a house. Who knows what you might be trying to do. And they need to sit down and watch something for a second. Those are some much, much better alternatives than turning on Hulu and putting one of those previous shows that I just discussed on. So, y'all keep that in mind. This has been another episode of Breakfast with Baba. This is your host, Baba Kintu, on Jedi Learning, where we aim to resurrect communities through superior education. And remember, anyone can learn to learn.